Hey, George, thank you for your time. The weekend sweep, the news of going back to Toronto, what can the momentum like this do for your team here moving forward in the second half?
It's huge. I think the goal is obviously to start well after the All-Star break, and it's obviously a big stretch for us here. And on top of it, we find out that we get to go home, so it's exciting. I know everyone's kind of there's a certain buzz around the locker room right now, so it's again, it's exciting.
What was your reaction to that when you found out on Friday? I mean, you signed with the Toronto Blue Jays, and you haven't gotten to do that yet. So how are you feeling?
It's exciting. I mean, I've gotten a chance, to play there as a road player, and was always a fun place to play, a great place to play. I know the city is excited for us to come home, to come back. So I can't wait. I look forward to it. Here in a few short days.
I appreciate it, George. Thank you.
Go ahead, Mike.
Hi, George. You guys obviously really took care of business this weekend with Texas, and the opportunity is right in front of you now with Boston. 3 games this week. You got 10 of your next 20 against them. How good is that opportunity for you guys now to be able to meet them head to head?
I mean, it's huge. Obviously they're in first place. Been playing well. I mean, that's a good lineup over there, a good staff. We have to go out and play our game. Control what our guys know how to control, and we'll see what happens.
Obviously, they got through a wild card race last year and snuck in, and you've been in a ton of races. What's the biggest thing just to keep your equilibrium and keep your balance in these kind of positions as you go through maybe you can help with these guys?
To not press, to not be concerned about standings, not be concerned about, anything that you can't control. Just go out there and play, go out there and do anything that you can do to win that day, and you move on, understanding that you can't control, what other teams do, how other teams play. So just go out there, control the controllables, and we'll see what happens.
Thank you, George.
Go ahead, Arden.
Hey, George. I don't know how much of the All-Star festivities you watched, but did you see Vlad, and what did you think of kind of the way he handled himself and all the attention, everything that kind of came with it over the last week?
Yeah, I watched the boys, and I think he's got a great support system. He's very, very well grounded as essentially a kid. He understands himself. He understands what's happening. He hasn't changed one bit from the first day I met him to now. And I think what everybody saw was kind of what I get to see, and what the team gets to see on a daily basis. Just Vladdy being Vladdy, and it's been fun to watch, and I hope that he can really just enjoy the game, enjoy himself, and enjoy the time.
And you sort of had a front row seat for this team through the first couple months of the season, then obviously playing with them since you've been back. I mean, what do you think this team has shown through 90 games, and where do you think improvements still need to come if you're going to reach your goal this season?
I mean, one, I think this is a very resilient team. I think, not having, I guess, a permanent home isn't the easiest thing in the world, but, everybody here is just kind of adapted, and you kind of just keep going with it, and it is what it is. And I just think us as a team, just go out there, control what we can control, play our game, don't be concerned about anything else, and, whatever happens at the end of the day happens, but just go out there and just be who we are as a team.
Great. Thanks.
Yep.
Go ahead, Ethan.
Hey, George. Thanks for the time. We were all lucky enough to check out some of your dance moves today in the dugout. Looked like you and Vladdy were having some fun there. And it always seems like this club has fun and that there's a good energy in the dugout. What's it like, being in that atmosphere, and how does that fun, that energy translate to performance on the field?
Oh, I mean, it's everything. This is already a hard enough game, and the more you sit there and dwell on stuff, or concentrate on whatever, the harder it gets again. And it's fun, to watch Vladdy, to watch Lourdes, the stuff that everybody does. Just have fun with one another, because at the end of the day, this is a game, and you got to go out there and attempt to have fun every single day. I know those guys don't miss a beat, so I love it. It's been fun so far, and I look forward to more of it.
Have you, I mean, in your career, have you ever been in a clubhouse like this before where, just a bunch of young guys having fun and then crushing baseballs?
Yeah, I know that there's a lot of similarities from where I just was to here. I just think that these guys are 22, they're 23 years old. They're still trying to find themselves as a player, who they are in general. But I can say this, they haven't changed one bit from the first day I met them to now. And I think consistency is awesome. And it's been fun to be a part of for, these first few months.
All right. Thanks, George.
Yep.
Go ahead, Caitlin.
Hey, George, thanks for your time. Just back to the idea of getting back to Toronto here in a few days. I wondered if you've considered what boost the home fans will provide the club, and if you think it can kind of, boost morale, or not that you guys need a boost in morale, but do you think it will help on the field?
Absolutely. I mean, your home crowd is your home crowd. You feed off that no matter what. I know a lot of guys haven't played there since 2019, which is odd, I guess, but there's some things that you can't control. But I know that the guys here are excited to get back, to hear the fans again, to play at home, to understand, that this is just going to be exciting to be back at home. And I'm looking forward to it. This is a fun place to play. It's a great place to play. And I know all of us are amped about it.
Considering also the timing of it, it's going to be right after the deadline, or right in line with the trade deadline, and a critical point of your season with a bunch of big series coming up. What is the competitive advantage that kind of boost can provide at that point of the year for you guys?
Oh, I mean, it's everything. I mean, the fans, the crowd, the noise, the reactions, to big plays, to big pitches, to big hits. Guys love that, and to finally be able to go home and enjoy that. I mean, this has been great in general, but to go home, to go what is called home for us will be unbelievable.
Thanks so much.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, everybody. And thank you, George, for your time. Have a good evening.
Sir.